Lakers, it's like this team was always goofy to me.
Yeah.
And this feels to me like their ceiling. They don't feel like a championship team. You have Anthony Davis, inconsistent. You have Austin Reeves, great story, but I mean, come on, guys. Roy Hachimura played great, gonna get his money, but like, and then there's also LeBron. How much is left in LeBron's tank? Is he playing hurt? Why is he shooting so many threes? He's missed the first 20 shots of the first 3-pointers he made, 1 of 20.
Yeah.
And for some reason in game 4, he comes alive and he makes 4 straight. Don't tell me how that works. But needless to say, this Lakers team, I think they maxed out. They played really great, had a great playoff run. And now it's officially over. But yeah, thoughts on the Lakers?
Yeah. I thought the Lakers definitely maxed out. When Steve Kerr was saying, yeah, I felt like we maxed out this year. We were actually kind of terrible in the regular season all year long. That was very disingenuous to me because I felt like they had some winnable games in that series versus the Lakers. But the Lakers, on the other hand, felt like Darvin Ham did a really good job with this team. And then again, we're talking about NBA Twitter and then NBA narratives like Mike Malone and Joe Mazzulla with the Celtics. How about the shit that people have been giving Darvin Ham? It's like Darvin Ham came into a tough situation where we're starting the season with Russell Westbrook. He decided he had to tell Russell Westbrook, who's a former MVP, still highly athletic, can play at a high level, that you're going to the bench. And then they retooled this team. But even when they retooled it, we got in a Wizards reject in Rui Hachimura. We got in D'Angelo Russell. We got and then we got Jared Vanderbilt, and it's like, and we have Lonnie Walker on this team. And then we have older LeBron James, and then we have Anthony Davis, where you don't know what AD you're going to get on a given night, and he was probably the most dominant he was this playoff since the finals. You've heard of the dream team. This Lakers team was the meme team. You had a goofy coach who was a rock star this season. I felt like Darvin Ham did an amazing job, and you just lost to a better team. I mean, you got your ass kicked by the one legitimate team in the West, where they took care of business in all 3 rounds, did the Suns in 6 games. Suns gave them the most trouble, but I never was too worried about the Nuggets. And then they went out there and smacked the Lakers in the face. They didn't give up. They were down 15 at halftime in game 4. And then the Nuggets just wouldn't quit. Jokic, Murray, they wanted that rest versus Jimmy Butler and the Nuggets. Now they're going to host the finals for the first time, which is exciting for Denver, but it's also no shame if you're the Lakers because LeBron James was clearly hurt. He couldn't make a game. His ankle was injured, and I'm not one who makes excuses for LeBron. I'm no LeBron mega fan, but LeBron James was definitely hurt in that series. And then Anthony Davis, I'm sorry, he can't match up with Jokic. Jokic is just a better player, and Jokic is probably the best player in the world. So for the Lakers, yeah, I'm shocked they got this far, but they are the meme team because you have Lonnie Walker, who went off in the 4th quarter versus the Warriors. You have D'Angelo Russell, who went off in some games versus the Warriors, but D'Angelo Russell came back to earth like I thought he would in this series, and then you ended up having to bench him for Schroeder. But even when you bench him for Schroeder, where does your offense go? Like, what do we have on offense? It's like you put him in there for defensive purposes, but then you're still starting Jared Vanderbilt, another non-factor. And then Austin Reeves, once he's the official 3rd option, and if Anthony Davis doesn't show up, it's just LeBron. And then you have really one shooter on the floor when you have Schroeder and Vanderbilt starting.
Yeah, and LeBron's at this point in his career where he just can't carry the load anymore. He doesn't have enough stamina. You saw so many times throughout, honestly, the Warrior series, but especially the Nuggets series, where he would go in for a layup, he'd miss, he missed a dunk, he just didn't have the energy. And obviously he was banged up. He had a great game 4, had 40 points, good for him. But at this point, LeBron has to be star number 2.
Yeah.
No shame in that, 39 years old. But at the end of the day, it's like when your team is so reliant on Anthony Davis, a star who is inconsistent, you can't have it fall back on LeBron. LeBron's got to be the 2, and then you need a really solid 3.